All right, good evening, parents and families. Welcome to Back to School Night. My name is Michael Ferrier, and this video is going to be about your child's English class this semester. The class is titled A Tale of Three Cities, inspired by Charles Dickens' novel A Tale of Two Cities. And I'm looking forward to telling you a little bit about what we're going to be doing in the course this year. Before we get started, I wanted to say a little bit about myself. I am entering into my 14th year teaching English in independent schools and my fourth year at GA. And one of the special things about my job is I get to teach these higher level electives like A Tale of Three Cities that build off of my undergraduate and graduate work on urban and suburban space in American fiction. So this is a topic that I have a lot of passion and interest in, and I really enjoy sharing that interest with my students. I also wear many hats, like many of my colleagues at GA. I'm one of the upper school diversity and community life coordinators. I lead and direct the Freiburg exchange to Germany and France over the summer, and I'm also the boys varsity tennis coach. So, what are we going to be learning in A Tale of Three Cities this year? So, we are going to be studying the image of the modern city, with all of its sensory overload, its bustling crowds, bright lights, sights, and smells, as a central landscape in American fiction. One of the writers that we studied at the beginning of the year, Colson Whitehead, argued that to fully understand American society, its sort of American cultural identity, that it's a really important for us to look at cities as a good lens to examine our cultural diversity, economic innovation, and social change in the United States over time. So the course will explore the ways in which cities have formed and shaped American literature and the role that authors and filmmakers have played in transforming what these concrete jungles mean to us. So it's called A Tale of Three Cities because we're going to be looking at the literature of three American cities at pivotal moments or turning points in their histories. So Chicago in the late 19th to mid 20th century, New York in the early to mid 20th century, and Los Angeles in the late 20th century in the 1990s. Our main course text will be assorted New York poetry, which we just completed as sort of an opening anticipatory unit to learn about urban themes and ideas, to see how poets captured urban experience through different sensory detail and figurative language. And it nicely provides this bridge to our first unit on Cullum Tobin's Brooklyn, which is a story about an Irish immigrant coming to the United States in the 1950s. Then we'll be looking at the famous American play Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry, which is set in Chicago, with the Younger family who are trying to move from their home in Chicago to the suburbs. And we'll be closing the course with a study of Anna Deavere Smith's play Twilight, Los Angeles, 1992, which takes interviews from people involved in the LA uprising after the Rodney King beating in 1992. It's a really fascinating play, and we'll be putting these three texts into conversation with one another throughout the course. So some things to distinguish between your child's first 2 years of English and the elective. So first, we focus on the three main big skills of English in being confident in expression in reading, writing, and speaking. So in electives, we really dive deeply into a time period or to a theme or genre, and read more rigorous, difficult, complex texts. The writing tasks that we ask students to engage in require more complex ideas and nuanced interpretations. And often we allow students to kind of develop their own arguments and identify their own topics and to pursue paths of individual inquiry, which is very different from the very highly scaffolded assignments of 9th and 10th grade English. And then in speaking, we really embrace the Harkness teaching method in our electives where students really shape and lead our class discussions. And it's really meant to mirror the sort of college seminar model that they're going to encounter in their freshman year of college and their composition courses. So some sample assignments along these lines. So we've talked a little bit about the range of texts. We'll also be having, vocabulary and grammar instruction. They'll have in-class and out-of-class essays that are both analytical and creative in nature. They're also going to be practicing some personal responses, some in-class personal essays, and talking about the art of that mode of personal writing. And then lastly, they're going to be doing a series of student-led discussions, and then also some group presentations on contemporary media depictions of urban life. And the final project is the sort of fourth city, a final project of their design on 21st century Philadelphia, the city that is most proximate to Fort Washington, where GA is located. Many families are interested in learning about what we do in terms of writing instruction. So we break the writing process into a series of incremental steps, including concept mapping, quotation gathering, workshops on theses, precision and concision, outlining, paragraph structure, and that all is accomplished in these in-class writing workshops and peer conferences and one-on-one teacher conferences. And students are also able to get additional support in the writing from writing center tutors that are available in our center that's right near our English classrooms. So to close, I wanted to offer a few thoughts on how you can support your child in this class this year. So first, given the complexity of this year and its special challenges, please encourage your child to communicate with me early and often if they encounter difficulty, if they're unable to be in class or they're not able to perform at their best level. Encourage your child to reach out to me and we will be flexible and problem solve together. So juniors and seniors should practice self-advocacy. I really encourage parents to develop a plan on how to problem solve by reaching out to me, the teacher, to set up an appointment if they want to talk about their writing, to review feedback. And that's a real student initiated conversation. So, but if there's a major concern that you feel like I should know about, please don't hesitate to reach out and we can set up an appointment. And lastly, embrace the process. Receiving feedback is an opportunity for growth. Junior and senior year are the last 2 years of high school where me as a writing coach is going to be available to them to conference about their writing. Take advantage of these opportunities for one-on-one conferences, both with me and with resources like at the Writing Center. So that's it. If you have any questions about the course, please feel free to stop by the virtual office hours after these video presentations. If you wanted to talk about any kind of individual or personal questions pertaining to your child, please make an appointment. Reach out to me by email or give me a call at my extension, and I'd be happy to talk further. Nice to meet all of you. I really look forward to hopefully meeting you in person at some point in the near future. Take care and enjoy the rest of your evening.